Hello, welcome to OMAT. Glad you're here. I'm going to get started in just a minute. I wanted to share something with you. Recently, I noticed when I'm anxious, I do what I call math. I go, if this, then that, then if I do this, then if he does that, then, and it's just adding, multiplying, dividing. What if this, what if that? And I'm doing it to get some sort of control over my life, over my thoughts, over my day. And it's not working. It's just a relentless thought. So what I do now, because I noticed it, when I notice, I admit it. Okay, you're doing math again. And then I pause and I go, is this thought useful? And the answer hasn't been yes yet. So then I go to getting present. And if I'm in a snarky mood, getting present just sounds annoying. So I'll do it snarkily. I'll go like, oh, that tree. Oh, look at the sun. But inevitably, I'll be like, well, actually, that tree is really pretty and the sun does feel good. And I'll get a little bit more present. Or I'll dance, or I'll call someone. I'll listen to music. I'll sort of interrupt that thought with something. Or sometimes I'm just in that deep a space where I say to myself, now, I just want one more minute of this. And now that I trust myself, I can give myself that minute. And it happens more and more rarely because I don't need it anymore. So all this noticing, all this self-awareness is really helpful and could really easily be judged. You're doing it again, or I could just say, hey, you're doing it again without judgment. Let's look at this. So if any of that resonates with you, that pause is so big for me. The getting present, the looking at trees, the feeling the sun, and it might not be that for you. It is that for me. Let's get into our practice, getting present. Ooh, a tree, do it however you want to do it. Sometimes if it starts snarky, it starts snarky. That's where it is. You're still noticing what's happening in the present. All right, so as we get present, let's get into our first exercise here of gratitude. This is another way to get present because it sort of forces me to notice what's around me. So let's see what we could notice when we look for gratitude right now. Let's wrap the exercise for now, finding the water. This exercise, again, gets me present, gets me to notice, and gets me to notice that I have choices. Sometimes it feels like, hey, there's nothing to be grateful for. But if I focus on it, and if I do the exercise for 1 minute, I notice there are choices. I could choose to be grateful. And the more that choice opens up, the more the choice opens up for the rest of my day. Whenever I think there's one answer to something, I now know I'm wrong because I'm filled with choices. Let's keep going. Let's choose to pause that thought. You could think about it later and decide what we're going to focus on in this minute. Let's sit in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. And if we chose to switch our mind, switch our thought process, that's what we did. If we chose to think about our usual relentless thoughts, that's just what we're going to notice for now. And look at us, we're going to keep going. Let's write it down, especially if something's relentless. It changes after I write it down. It doesn't mean it goes away. It doesn't mean there's some magical power, but it does feel different. Try it out. Write anything down. It doesn't have to be a relentless thought. It could be a happy thought, a sad thought. Let's write. Let's wrap the sentence or thought. Even if we didn't get an epiphany from it, let's have some water. No results have to happen. We are practicing. Right now, we're practicing moving on. Let's get into our yoga practice, our stretch practice. And we're going to do a sun salutation. Take any of these moves, do them, alter them. Let's stand up if we can stand up and inhale the arms out and up. Keep breathing in, looking up, reaching up. Sometimes I do this. I interlace my hands and I point the palms up. If you want to do that, do that. I change it the way I want. Fold forward, hanging over your feet. And stay there if you want to stay. When you're ready, halfway lift, flat back. And then let's get into our high plank. Plant your palms down where they are. Step your feet back into a high plank. And then slowly, as slow as you can, lower all the way down to the ground. Then push your palms so that your chest comes up, your head comes up. And let's meet in down dog. Sometimes that means first on all fours, then hips up, and we're in an upside down V. When you're ready, walk your feet forward towards your hands, and then start slowly rolling up. When your head comes up, reach your arms up, meet your palms above your head, and then exhale them down to the center of the chest. Maybe you're paused in some other pose. Maybe you're paused in that last pose. Either way, let's find water. And let's find that warmth that just happened in our body. We used our strength. We used our stretch. We were in our body a little bit more. Now we know when our mind and body works together, we can do that. So let's get into the plank. First, agree. This is what we're about to do. Let yourself know, I am willing. Get in that willing position, mind and body, because we are going in 3, 2, 1, and go. First second of planking, are you up in that plank? Get up in there just because that's what we're doing right now. And you're in for 10 seconds. Congratulations. Hey, congratulate yourself every second that you stay in there. It is a very challenging pose. So go ahead and say, yay, I made it to 20 seconds. Congratulations. Now, if you have to come up and down during this plank pose, good. But if you come down, come back up. We have 30 seconds, and all of those seconds count. You could feel it. If you're there, you feel that strength that you have to continuously conjure up. And that's what we're going to keep doing for 20 more seconds, making sure that you're breathing. Maybe follow your breath, both in and out for a breath or two. And for 10 seconds, let's find our strength. Where is it? Pull it out and let's put it right into this beautiful plank for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. That's our plank pose for today. That's what it feels like today. Even if you were in there for a couple of seconds, you built your strength. So let's stretch our way back, find our water, find our credit as we can do with every one of these exercises. But when you're sitting, when you're comfortable, it's a little bit extra to get up, and that discomfort of first going into the plank. If you did that, then you did that. If you didn't, we're still allowed to move on. Let's keep going. Let's break some procrastination. I've said this before, but if I cleaned for 1 minute, in 1 minute, I will be cleaner than before. Or I could just sit here. Let's take the choice. What choice? What person do you want to be? Let's act like that person right now. Let's wrap the task. You get to have water. It might have went smoothly that minute. It might have felt very awkward. You might not be able to break the procrastination. You might be able to dive in just a little bit. However it went, that was the practice for today. Let's keep going. Let's go into connecting. If you are having trouble with a very specific thing, if you're procrastinating daily, hourly on the thing, that might be what you want to connect with someone about. Maybe get some accountability help, therapist help, friendly help, family help, whatever it is. Just letting someone know that you're having a hard time doesn't mean you have to do anything beyond that. But let's connect either way. Maybe you want to let someone know that you did a plank today for 10 seconds. Let's look for what we can connect with right now. Let's wrap for now. Find the water. How did the connection minute go? How did this practice go? Smoothly? Perfectly? Not perfectly? Great, that's perfect. Let's keep going. Last one. Aerobics, what does that mean? It means maybe getting your heart rate going, maybe moving just a little bit faster for 1 minute, not hurting ourselves, but let's see what we can do. Pick something, walk around, dance around, whatever it is. Let's take some action. 3, 2, 1, move your body. And we're practicing taking action. When it's time to take action, we move. Look at us. That's 10 seconds already. And I know that this gets challenging the more we go. Let's meet the challenge moment by moment, second by second. That's 20 seconds. Now we can repeat in our head, I don't want to, this is that, but that weighs us down. Or we can say, I have more in me. I have 30 seconds left in me. I can keep going. Here's how I find it. And then see how you find it. Maybe discover something new about how you move. That's 20 seconds. Or maybe let this be boring. Let this be monotonous, but let it be the thing that you meet. You meet this challenge for 10 more seconds. You have this. What does that feel like to get into the challenge, to continue doing it for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Great job. That's OMAT for today. Thank you for taking the practice.